before we even get any further in this video, say it with me now, you know what I'm gonna say, right? Deep prediction magic is just way too powerful. Everyone in the anime Balls Deep community has been stating for months now that the outcome of this fight will be Yami being kidnapped so the plan of the Cleveland tree can succeed. So far we have predicted quite a bit successfully, if I do say so myself, but my friend Tabata knows we are his worst enemy, so he wants to subvert our expectations sometimes. Fuck you, Animal Balls Deep! We all know the devils the Dark Triad possess are not at 100% power. In fact, they are with them in a limited way after they made their contracts with them. Dante ended up doing research for many years and discovered how to unlock their demons at 100% power. They need World Tree magic that William possesses because it's a portal that connects two worlds, which is the Tree of Death, the counteract of the Tree of Life. However, for this portal to be open to that set dimension, Yami is needed to create it. Once this portal is open, Lucifer would be at 100% power and Dante would be able to get his revenge against the Black Bulls. We know even a 1% increase is significant since Noelle said this against Varnica when she was increasing her devil power 1% at a time. To open the portal, we believe as a community using Balls Deep prediction magic and anime bullshit science, all of these tools at our disposal, we think arcane magic users are being gathered up and imprisoned to be sacrificed to perform extremely powerful forbidden magic. Varnica stated that she is getting bored of performing this task. And another possibility is because arcane magic users can actually damage devils, so they need to get rid of them, or the devils that will be unleashed out of hell will need vessels, right, to incarnate into. So there are many different possibilities as to why they are capturing arcane mages. However, evidence for this theory is piling up as the chapters go by. But the most significant factor is when Path 3 confirmed a spell of a similar manner when he was doing the Tree of Life shit to resurrect the elves, if you can remember, which is the counterpart of the Tree of Death that Dante researched. Path 3 decided to sacrifice Midnight Sun members as he stated such a forbidden spell of this magnitude requires such a task. So who's to say if the arcane mage users that are being gathered up, they're going to be sacrificed for this forbidden spell. So it seems like the final villains of this arc are indeed the devils themselves, and since 90% of humanity will perish if this plan comes true, Asta will do anything to make sure humanity will win. Therefore, Julius's prediction about his death that I explained in great detail last week is getting significantly more evidence. I highly recommend for you to watch that video because in chapter 260, Asta once again was willing to give away his body to stop Zenon. Therefore, if Asta is put in a position against 100% Lucifer, or the thought of losing 90% of humanity, or even Noelle, he will be willing to sacrifice himself to save the world. Therefore, Julius's prediction of his death would come true. I think we can all agree that this was one of the saddest Black Clover chapters ever. Maybe even sadder than Julius getting killed because it's Yami, fam! I gotta call Tabata about this. How could he? Yo, what's up, idiot? Listen, I'm sorry about what I said last week. How dare you make Yami get captured, fam? That's my man, okay? You better not kill him or I swear to God. This week's chapter has set up a heavy expansion of the story and makes the second part of this series feel much bigger than the first. So first off, sorry to anyone who thought Dante would get up this chapter. He had no spell in his back pocket. Lucifer didn't even try to do anything. He just laid there and he would have been captured if it wasn't for his little brother saving the day. Which proves even further that their relationship is one way, by the way. Dante is definitely Lucifer's bitch. My man Lucifer wasn't even bothered to come out the back pocket for my guy. This is why you shouldn't simp for anyone but Yami or Asta. Simping for anyone else will make you end up like this man, on the ground, near death, and utterly humiliated. This dude is a simp for Lucifer, bro. For Lucifer, bro. For Lucifer, bro. For Lucifer, bro. A simp. Anyway, day, Asta nearly collapsed on the ground due to exhaustion and after the effects of his deal with the anti-magic devil. It's confirmed that his new arm is permanent and it's always going to look like that. As we've said before, this is going to dramatically increase how difficult his mission is to prove his innocence to the Clover Kingdom, as they want to give him the death penalty for being a devil. Asta's right arm belongs to the anti-magic demon now. That don't make him look too innocent, that actually makes him look more guilty. Not only that, I wonder how Noelle and Mimosa are going to feel seeing Man not only having 24-inch big black sword, but now has a pumping fist bulging black devil arm on top. You know what I'm saying?
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
Anyway, Yami catches Asta and acknowledges his efforts, assuring Asta that the deal he made was worth it at least for this time being, because they had survived and won the battle. Vanessa and Finral, finally being able to relax and breathe, run over and praise these two goats for all their hard work and for risking their lives. And we're just like,
of course!
Then we get some more evidence of Gauche and Grey's ship, and the first little confirmation that they're going to be a thing one day, as Grey hugs Gauche passionately as her magic actually did work. Remember that Grey has feelings for Gauche since he is the one that saved her in the past. Vanessa notices this and blushes and says, "What's with them?" whilst witnessing all of this, right? Teasing at the idea of their ship. Moving on, Yami remembers that it would be a good idea to restrain Dante at this point, even though he's on his last legs, because they don't really know for sure what he could pull off at the last second, and it's just safer to make sure he can't do anything. All that was left for them to do is bring him back, capture him, and question him. But before Yami can do anything, Zenon literally shows up out of nowhere right next to him, looking all creepy and shit. And not to forget, his hands are in his pockets, bruh. My man always has his hands in his pockets because he's so cool. Anyway, Zenon pierces Yami's limbs and captures him with his bone magic. He also has William Vengeance with him, of course. And then Finral remembers what Dante said about their plan of the Triad needing Arcane Stage Dark Magic and the World Tree Magic. They now have everything they need to unleash the whole world of devils into the mortal realm. The Black Bulls of course know this, so they give it their all to stop Zenon from escaping. Gauche is firing off reflective rays, Vanessa and Finral work hard to get Rouge to touch Yami, and Henry straight up throws a whole base at him practically, but nothing seems to work. As I said earlier, Asta even tells the anti-magic devil he's willing to give up more of his body in exchange for more power, only to be rejected because he's too weak. The anti-magic demon explains that the link of power will not be established since his body is not up to par right now. This is just like when Yuno thought the same thing, that he'd had been able to save Captain Vengeance and the rest of his squad only if he had been stronger, except someone is straight up telling Asta, "You're too weak, you little puny dwarf." Asta can't move and he has no more power to muster up for his captain's sake. He can't do a thing to save him. None of them can. And with one last smile back at his squad mates, basically saying, "Daijobu, Daijobu, it's okay, you all did great, don't worry about me." Yami leaves with the Spade Mage and his fellow captain. The portal closes and with that, they're gone. Yami's sword is left behind and it's rusted, so this pretty much confirms that Asta has got a fourth sword now, an anti-magic sword that he will use to help him in his pursuit to get Yami back and destroy Dante once and for all. It's more swift, it seems more powerful, and it works with his arm great, so he will probably learn new techniques, maybe something similar to Yami. So with everything that has happened, there is still one saving grace, and that is the Black Bull spy that is in the Spade Nation, where he or she stole the research regarding the Tree of Death. Once news breaks out to the remaining nations as to what the Spade Kingdom will do if they do not stop them, since they have completed the components of their plan, this Black Bull spy will be a vital cornerstone to their plan on understanding how to counteract and how to stop the execution of it. It will be hard-hitting evidence to give to the King, Julius, as well as captains like Charlotte on how to save their man. By the way, shout out to all of these lovely people for supporting our channel by buying the Chard Asta merch or becoming members on our Twitch or on our channel. Join the Discord, guys. It really means a lot to us to be financially stable in these difficult times. Shout out to everyone that buys the merch. If you'd like to, there's a 10% off code that will be displayed to you right now, and it's in the pinned comment to buy. Now, one thing I want to talk about regarding Zenon is the inspiration behind his design. One could say Tabata was inspired from Baphomet, as the appearance of the horns are strikingly similar, and the concept behind this figure intertwines with this art quite brilliantly. Just like Dante's inspiration being from Dante's Inferno, where Lucifer is locked away and would like to be taken out, just like in Black Clover, the figure of Baphomet has a lot of symbolism. For example, in 1854, occultist and magician Eliphas Levi sketched Baphomet as a winged man with the head of a black goat. He wrote that it was an amalgamation of the supposed Templar idol plus the infernal goat found in depictions of witches' sabbats. It is even inspired from the ancient Egyptian god. Oh my lord, look at this word. Guys, can you pronounce that? Baphomet is also inspired from the Devil Tarot card. We all know for a fact that the concept of cards in Black Clover, and even in his previous works of Hungry Joker, is prevalent. The kingdoms being named after the houses of cards, Spade, Diamond, Heart, and Clover being the most obvious fact. In the Black Clover community, we believe Asta represents the anomaly, which is most often the Joker card in the deck, as he is the antithesis to the entire series. In his writings, Levi described his image of Baphomet representing pure immorality, and it was inspired by base, unfeeling, and demanding deities. This perfectly describes the traits the Dark Triad have, as they are based on the 3 personality traits of evil. The Devil Tarot card expresses the realm of the taboo, the culturally rejected wildness and undigested shadow side that each of us carries in our subconscious. This shadow is actually at the core of our being, which we cannot get rid of and will never succeed in taming. The Devil card reverse suggests that you are enjoying creating chaos and resistance for no particular positive reason. Your sense of humor could be actually twisted. Your motive may be vengeance, or you're simply being an irritant. So when Dante explains to Asta that he would fall into desire and malice is the truest emotion of humans, where he stated in chapter 242, where Dante says the truest feelings of human beings is being evil, it all makes sense as to where Tabata took this ideological point of view from. Zenon's design seems to be based on the Baphomet, which contains binary elements representing the symbolization of the equilibrium of opposites, such as being half human and half animal, male and female, good and evil, on and off. So the fact that there is duality in all of us, and Asta is displaying this once again by giving up on his morality to become a devil for power, and how the Tree of Life has an opposite called the Tree of Death, you guys can see the interconnection that Tabata is creating in this whole arc, where there's duality in everything. There's good and evil in everyone. It really does showcase how far he fought ahead for the creation of this arc. Anyway guys, that's everything that I wanted to say for this week. If I mind blew you at the end, let me know so I can continue this information and this history, because some of you guys like it, some of you don't. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram or on the Discord to get an extra understanding of where we are and what videos we are creating, please follow us there. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you guys next time.